Couch gaming is more or less on its way out, no pun intended. Sure, there have been developers who have released couch co-op games in the past few years, but their numbers are dwindling. With the emphasis on games as a service model and intriguing multiplayer experiences, it's hard not to see why some developers aren't sure whether this genre has a place in the modern industry. So, when I got the opportunity to review A Way Out, I went in with very low expectations. For me, the pre-release footage didn't look that impressive, and if anything, I had this feeling that it'll be yet another game that players will forget by the year's end. But after playing it through multiple times, I'm glad that Joseph Fares and his team at Hazelight Studios have proven me completely wrong. To put it simply, A Way Out is unlike anything I have played. But before I explain what makes this game special, there's something I need to get out the way. A Way Out is designed only for a co-op experience, local and online. There's absolutely no way you can play this game alone, unless you know some weird trick to control two joypads at one time, which in that case I must congratulate you. This game has been designed from the ground up for 2 players only, so keep this in mind if you're a player who has an interest in solo experiences. A Way Out tells a tale of 2 prisoners, Leo and Vincent, who found themselves at the center of a crime epic whilst focusing on a very distinctive story. This isn't your mindless C-grade kill everybody kind of a story. There's a personal agenda involved with both the main characters, and the well-directed cutscenes make us feel connected to these people. As the story progresses, you get to understand their motivations and how they landed up in prison. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to speak more about the story and how it unfolds, but what I can say is that the game is filled with exciting twists and turns that kept me at the very edge of my seat. Now, it won't be much of a story if the main characters, Leo and Vincent, don't have much personality to them. You see, both of these characters are different in several ways, but so similar in their goals. Leo is voiced by Fair's brother, and he comes off as a really likable character. He'll throw out tantrums, crack jokes, and sometimes talk nonsense, and it gels with the characterization the game is aiming for. On the other hand, we have Vincent, who is more mature and methodical in his approach. These different personalities not only impact the story, but is also used as a gameplay element by the developers. At multiple points during the game, players will be presented with choices. Go with Leo's rough and tough ways, or choose Vincent's sensible and less daring path. Interestingly, the choices aren't that simple. My partner with whom I played the game is younger than me, and in a way represents Leo's nature to get things done rather quickly. So we were always at odds at how we should approach a particular situation. The game forces you to discuss among yourselves and take the path ahead. This gameplay mechanic also ensures that there's a high replayability value, as different scenes will play out resulting into different gameplay objectives, hence giving you more value out of the overall package. The initial opening hours of A Way Out are perhaps one of the most intense ones I've ever witnessed in a video game. Both players have to work together in various different ways to break out of prison, which includes the likes of back-to-back climbing, which by the way is one of the most hilarious parts of the game, hide in a laundry carrier, or smuggle repair tools for breaking out. None of these tasks can be completed alone, as it requires the other player's input in the form of creating a distraction, stealthily taking out a guard, or creating opportunities that you would do in real life. Once you break through the prison, the game opens up a bit in its level design, but that doesn't stop the game to become even more crazy. Once you're out, you still need to escape from the police. This will involve mind-blowing chases, a crazy boat ride, and an absolutely phenomenal sequence at a construction site. In many ways, the game borrows elements from games such as Uncharted, and that's perfectly fine as it matches the tone the game is aiming for. A Way Out is largely a linear game. You're given a specific task and you have to decide the best course of action to achieve it. In order to negate the somewhat boring linearity, the developers have added a number of NPC interactions and minigames in the game. You can play them with your partner and compete for the highest score. If anything, these will give players a nice break from the mind-boggling and often tiring sequences. Combat for the most part seems tacked on, and it really felt to me that the game could have been better without it. Hand-to-hand combat is a set of quick-time events, and it employs an Uncharted-like approach to shooting, and it never felt good. The guns don't handle well, and there isn't any kind of satisfaction involved while shooting down an enemy. Fortunately, shooting is a very limited part of the experience, as most of the time is spent on devising the best path ahead and unraveling the story. A Way Out is largely a good-looking game. I mean, it's using the Unreal Engine 4, so it's bound to look good, but I did manage to come across some inconsistencies, ranging from mediocre animations to clipping issues. The music isn't as exciting as it could be, with the best tunes emerging from the initial sequences. But these aren't game-breaking issues and doesn't make the game less fun, but it would have definitely lifted the overall experience to another level. A Way Out is published by EA, who, as you know, is under fire for its controversial practices regarding loot boxes and microtransactions. So if anything, this also proves that at least their Originals program is on the right track, with games like Fee, Unravel, and of course, A Way Out. A Way Out is a superlative effort by the team at Hazelight Studios, and it's simply a game which I'll be replaying a lot with my friends and family in the future. The new Friend Pass program allows players who own the game to share the experience with a friend, and it's groundbreaking to say the least. It's a game tailor-made to share gaming experiences in a way that it should be, together on a couch. A Way Out is a defining moment for couch co-op games done right, and I have every reason to believe that it's a new champion for the once popular genre.